Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the inaugural first episode. I don't know if that's redundant. It doesn't matter.
That's literally what I was thinking.
It does not matter. I already said it. And I will not be editing it out because I will not be silencing myself. Anyway, welcome to the first episode of our podcast. As you can clearly tell by the beginning, this is a very well structured and well organized podcast filled to the brim with insightful commentary on pop culture. So, what are we doing today? That's a great question. We were brainstorming
Yes,
behind the scenes
for a
about
while.
what we could do to open up the podcast. It's the first episode. We have to go big or go home. And
Yeah,
unfortunately,
we're
I'm
going big
already
with episode
home.
2.
We're going huge with episode 2. That's
Yeah,
already
we
planned
have
out.
that. Yeah, whereas the first one,
Whereas the first one, we had no idea up until about 3 days ago when we really sat down and were like, what are we doing? So the concept is we're going to be talking about music that we find interesting, and we're doing this as sort of a follow up, as sort of a an expansion upon the trailer. If you haven't watched that, you should totally go and watch it and like it and do
yes,
all the things for engagement.
we worked hard on it.
We worked so incredibly hard on that,
Mm-hmm.
specifically the scripting and and yeah, we are going to talk about some of the songs that have influenced us or have some sort of connection, some sort of memory attached to
Mm-hmm.
them, as sort of a way for you guys to kind of get an idea
Get to know us.
of exactly, get to know us, get an idea of what we like and what
And
influences us. So,
and also we're expanding on this for episodes 3 and 4 as well, so you can know more about our favorite movies or TV shows.
correct. So be on the lookout for those episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to get started, Senya?
I can. Let's see. So my songs are not in like a this is my favorite, like this is my top favorite. They're in whatever order. But I'm gonna be starting with I'll start with Joy. I'll start with Joy by Ray featuring Ama and Absolutely. And this song is from her most recent album. Came out in March, I believe, late March or late April. I believe it's late March, to be honest. But I chose it because it's what I've been listening to lately. And also, it sounds very joyful and it's very upbeat. So, and I really like that. I tend to like really upbeat songs. Every once in a while, I'll choose something a little bit more chill. But yeah.
Well, yes, and in this current political and social moment,
Mm-hmm.
we desperately need
Joy.
some hope and some joy and some
Yes. It
optimism.
is a very hopeful song.
Joy. I'm not keeping that in. Very well. My song. One. Let's see. I have the list in front of me. Let's start off with. Let's do "Ray of Light" by Madonna. Ray of Light, if you are a pop music fan and you haven't listened to Ray of Light, what are you doing? Go listen to that song. You don't even have to listen to the album it's a part of. You don't have to listen to the
I've
whole
not,
thing. But that song
I've not listened to it.
that song is such a sort of thesis statement on Madonna's impact as an artist. She always seemed to be ahead of the curve in some way. She always seemed, and if not necessarily ahead of the curve, definitely bringing the underground forward. And this just that like this is exactly what I imagine the like 1997 to like 2004 period of music to sound like. It's a like freeing and also a little dumb and also
What
like
year
a
did it come out?
little. I think it was 1998 question
Ooh,
mark.
ooh. I literally almost said forever ago.
Right. February 1998. And
Damn, that's
so
older than me.
not by much.
No.
Um yeah, I just it's a song, and every time I play it, it just for me the power of a song is when a song has the capacity to put me in a mental state, and this song puts me in the mental state of I'm at the club, I have 3 drinks in, I feel tipsy and liberated but not sad drunk quite yet. um the production is immaculate. The music video is so of its time, and yeah, that's Ray of Light for me.
Yeah, have not heard it at all ever. Should I go into my next one?
Yes.
I'm gonna do my next one is Lamento Boliviano by Los Enanitos Verdes, and they're an Argentinian like Latin rock group.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if they're still together, but I chose this one because I like how it sounds. And it's very tied to, I believe, my childhood. I don't have a specific memory tied to it, but it's something that I like recognize from my childhood, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like when I hear it, I'm like when I first heard it again when I was older, I was like, oh, I know this song because I had heard it before. I just didn't know the name or anything like that.
Right. So I have a song like that
Mm-hmm.
or two on my list. I know what you mean. It's that
Oh,
like
familiarity or something like that.
nostalgic kind of
Yeah,
connection. I understand.
yeah,
Yes, that is a
yes.
Latin rock classic. So moving onwards and forwards. I think I'm gonna pick this one. It I'm about to finish my undergrad. This song exemplifies, or it embodies is a better word, the sort of feeling that I'm currently in and have been in since I turned 20, where I'm just kind of like, what the hell am I doing with my life? The song's called Easy on Your Own by the band. It's spelled with like
Mm.
Alvays, but it's pronounced always, I believe. They are like a shoegaze indie band. They have 3 albums, I believe. This is off of their latest album, Blue Rev. Blue Rev is one of my favorite albums of all time, and Easy on Your Own is one of my favorite songs of all time. The way the drowned out vocals sound in contrast with like the distorted guitars, and it's kind of, it shouldn't work sonically, but it does. And the lyrics I think are so like really speak to that, like that feeling of when you're moving out of your parents' house and you're kind of stepping into the world alone. Like, does
Oh,
it get easy on your
like
own?
bittersweet.
It's like bittersweet, exactly. It's very bittersweet. It's very like, do I have? It's very like self doubting. Like,
Oh,
do I
I do
have
a
the
lot of that.
capacity to do this? Yeah, it's very. It really hits the nail on the head insofar as like what it sounds like to be in your early 20s and not really know what
Mhm.
direction your life is going in and what direction you want to take your life in. So, passing it on to you.
Okay. This one you've never heard. It's called Iliviano by Carrot, and they're actually a Salvadoran band. This one I like a lot. This was one of my top songs one year. I think I listened to it like 200 times in like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, but this is one of the first songs I think I discovered from the Salvadoran music scene. So it's like very special to me. So I like it for that reason. But I also really like how it sounds. And I think it's very like guitar heavy, to be honest. I'm not sure. Like Liviano's kind of like easygoing, I believe.
Yeah, that could be
Or
like a slang term for it. Liviano, at least in Mexican
mm,
Spanish, literally just means like light, like something is heavy, something
yeah,
is light.
light.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. But yeah, that's one of my favorites right there.
I will have to check that out. I don't think I know anyone from the um Salvadorian music scene.
I don't think it's not a very big like. I don't believe it's a big like music scene, to be honest, especially in the context of Latin America and everything like that.
So, on to my third one. I have here Cowboy Like Me by Taylor Swift. Now, if you knew me during my high school years, you will know that I was a bit of a Swiftie. I've never really identified with like stan culture. Like, I don't really develop obsessions in that way with artists.
Mhm.
I think
That's
this is
good.
something Sonia and
That's
I
good.
have talked about, where we're kind of like we like the music, but we're not gonna like
Yeah.
fight for our artists with all due respect.
And also, like, even when I do like an artist a lot, like I like Frey a lot, I'm not gonna get on Instagram and fight people.
Exactly.
Like, it's not that
It's all a
serious.
little immature. People will be like, "Are you a Swiftie?" I like a lot of Taylor Swift's music, but Swiftie just comes with certain responsibilities that I don't really commit to. And Come Like Me is part of Evermore, her second of her two sister albums. It released in, I believe, like November 2020. This song, to me, is like the the best example, or one of the best examples of what those two albums are. It has these beautiful like wistful arrangement of like guitar and these like it's like it has like an electric guitar, it has like it's almost like sound effects of like wind chimes and shit in there. It puts you in the moment. It kind of reminds me of like Fresh Out the Slammer off of Tortured Poets later on, but it's like the precursor to that. And lyrically, it's very like, we are the same. We are, she's talking about like, we both have tricks up our sleeves and stuff like that. Like, it's very like twin flames, like star-crossed lovers kind of situation going on, but it's also like we're both cheaters and we're both like not necessarily cheaters in love, but we're both like people who don't do correct thing. And this is part of her whole like those two albums she's writing about like artifice and like she's using like fiction, and a lot of people have been like, well, some of it is fiction, some of it isn't. Yeah, and it has one of my favorite lyrics of all time, which is forever is the sweetest con, which is like, like the promise of you loving me forever is like the sweetest lie you could tell me. And I think that is really romantic and but on really brutal, you know what I mean? Like very brutally
Yeah.
honest.
Romantic.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So on to
Nice.
your
I
fourth song. Oh, no, sorry. What are you
yeah.
going to say?
I was just gonna say, like, I don't really listen to her. I like some of her earlier stuff. I don't really check her out anymore. So yeah. I believe I remember this. This was during COVID, maybe coming out or something like that. Honestly, I lost track of a lot of things in 2020. So I'm not sure.
I wonder why.
All right, let's see. My fourth one. Mm, okay. I'll go into Flaca by Andres Calamaro. In this song, I guess discovered or learned about when my mom was listening to it. So I associate it with her a lot. I'm not sure if this is a song she still listens to. I'm sure she still likes it, but I wouldn't say it's her favorite song. I think it's just a song that I like listening to. It's very soft. It's not upbeat, but like it's connected to my mom. So it's one of my top tens for that reason.
Yes, it's always nice to have songs with memories attached to the people in your life.
Hmm. I mean, I have another one on here that's
Especially,
tied to my dad.
well, yes.
Hmm.
I don't think I have any songs on my list that are attached to a specific person. The closest thing I have is this next song, which is Hasta la Raíz
Mm.
by Natalia Lafourcade, which I heavily associate with moving back to Mexico after a couple years in the States. And yeah, it's a beautiful song. Lyrically, it's like a work of poetry, and also sonically, like the guitars and the strings and the vocals, that whole album is really good. But that song in specific was such a radio hit, at least in Mexico, and like I so heavily associate it with moving back to Mexico and sort of listening to a song on the radio, and it was the first song I listened to on the radio in Spanish that I can remember.
Mm.
And so it was just So it's very special to me, and it also introduced me to Natalia Lafourcade as an artist, which who is an artist that I whose music I really enjoy,
Yeah.
and so yes,
Yeah. I don't think I'm wondering. I think I've heard like some parts of it, but not all of it. I don't think. But yeah, or maybe I've heard it all. Who knows? To be honest. Hey everyone, just wanted to pop in and ask that you like our first episode and to subscribe on YouTube and Spotify. Now back to the podcast.
on to your next hit song.
My next one, I believe, I'll say Voy a Quererte Más by Los Temerarios, and this is actually a Mexican band. And this is a song I like myself, to be honest. So it's not just something that my dad likes. This is actually a song I like, and I like singing along to it because it's very dramatic. Like you can be very fake emotional over it. But I put this one in particular because it was on at my house one day. Like it was being played, and I was singing along to it. My dad comes up to me and he's like, "You like this song?" I was like, "Yeah." And he says he used to listen to Los Temerarios when he was in his 20s. So that was kind of nice to learn, as my little sister likes to say, some dad lore, to be honest. But yeah, I like the song.
It's a you would you say it's a good karaoke song?
I've never sung in karaoke style. Maybe if you want to be bellowing,
Very very dramatic, very
very dramatic. To be honest, maybe it could be karaoke
right.
song. Yeah.
Awesome. Continuing on, I have. It's so hard to pick which one to talk about next because
Mm-hmm.
like I'm like trying to tie it in to the what we're talking about in the moment. I'm just gonna go for it. So
Yeah.
the next song I have is "Heated" by Beyonce. Now, is "Heated" the most appreciated song off of Renaissance? No. People really like Virgo's Groove. They really like America Has a Problem. They really like Cuff It. They really like
Alien Superstar.
Alien Superstar. Heated is to me the heart of the album.
Mm.
It is like the last minute and a half of that song where she just goes into this like very house, it's very queer and like it's so funny because Beyonce is not, as far as we the public are aware, queer in any way, but this song is just so freaking gay, and it's kind of like, to me it's the perfect example of appreciation within queer culture by female pop stars as opposed to like simply using it as like a way of gaining gay fans.
Mhm.
She really, the people, this song, you could tell, had a lot of people working on it who really knew what they were talking about
Yeah.
and really understood ballroom scene and really understood like like voguing and the fans, and like you hear the fans in the background, and it's such a good encapsulation to me of like black queer culture, and in a way that is sort of made into like mainstream pop music, and so it just goes off. It's really everything from those first couple chords into the laugh at the end. It's just perfection to me.
Does she say like eat it, eat it, eat it in the song? I
Yes.
think then I know which songs we're talking about because I've
Yes,
listened to
she
this
has a lot
album.
of really good lyrics. Yes, it's a great album. It should have won album of the year, but Harry Styles had to come and ruin it. I see.
Mm-hmm. I like the song.
On to you.
I'm gonna do Waka Waka. Esto es Africa by Shakira. The Spanish version, not the English. English version sucks. But yeah, this is like a childhood song, so it's one that I remember from like the World Cup. like years ago. So, and I always go back to it. It's not something that I listen to over and over again. It's just a song that I go back to every once in a while whenever I want to listen to it. It's always disappointing when it starts playing and it's the English version, though.
Yeah, ch I remember it so well 'cause I remember watching that music video, and I
Hmm.
remember being like, "Is Shakira from Africa? What are we talking about?" But then it was such a good song that you kinda didn't care, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like, I think it's 'cause it was the first time that African countries were participating in the World Cup thing. Is it called the World Cup? I don't
It
know what
was.
the hell.
It was.
I'm Mexican, but I don't care about soccer. I'm so sorry.
Um. No, the World Cup was somewhere in the country in Africa, but
Okay. Was it the first time it was hosted in
I'm
Africa?
not
Is
sure.
that why?
I don't know. All I know is that they
Well
just do songs for it.
well, I guess we may never know,
Yeah, it's a
will we?
good like sing along song too.
It is. It's a great, like, lift the vibe up kinda song.
Hmm. And most people know it
It's a worldwide hit.
exactly. Unlike those other new songs for the World Cup.
Yeah, girl, those are floppy. I have no clue. I don't know. It's also like I think that's also part of the whole like death to the monoculture conversation. That fact that like those songs don't chart the way they used to.
Hmm.
But alas.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Let's see.
Well, my next song is let's see. You talked Spanish language. Let's do another Spanish language song. I'm saying "Aquí no es así" by Caifanes. It
Ooh.
is. It is. It went. It's a worldwide hit in my house.
It
It was a number one
was
hit in
number
my
one.
house.
Yeah.
It went platinum in my house. So my parents are obviously they're Mexican, if you can't tell, and but they're not like the genres of music they listen to at home. I know my dad likes some of like the cumbia tejano genres, but like my mom doesn't really isn't from that scene. But the thing like they both share in common is this like pop rock like attitude towards music. They really like Maná, Caifanes,
Los Enanitos
Los Enanitos
Verdes.
Verdes. Yes. Nacha Pop, Timbiriche, all those.
What's the
My mom
one?
loves like Flans.
Bella
Uh-huh.
Bellanova?
Belanova, Belanova. Exactly. I love Belanova. Um, yeah, so it's within those like I believe it came out in the late 80s. It's off of an album that has another really big hit, Afuera,
Ford
but
is
I prefer
good.
this song because I think it just really speaks to like when you move countries as a Latino, it can be really difficult to like identify or like be at a crossroads of identity. And I think that this song talks about that in a way that feels that a lot of people can identify with and also be like y- like if you move back to your home country, you may feel like looking back at your life in America, like, oh, things here are not how they are over there.
Yeah.
And that's what the song is about. Like that's what the title is. Here is not like over there.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the ending with all the like na 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 nas and the fact that it's like the album is about like about a volcano and it's like the center of Mexico is this very mountainous region. It just has a very like I'm on top of a mountain with the wind blowing through my hair kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
I love that song so much.
That sounds great. I'll probably have to check it out. I do know two songs by Caifanes, Afuera and La Célula que Explota, I believe.
I have heard that song. It has not stuck with me. I know a couple of their songs. Viento, La Negra Tomasa was a huge hit.
I
Um,
don't know any of those. Yeah. I only know the two. I may continue with the Spanish language song, which is Un Coco by Bad Bunny. This is probably one of my favorite ones by him, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that he mentions El Salvador.
mhm,
Like El Salvador is not very present in a lot of like popular music or like popular culture in general, unless course we're getting like political.
mhm.
But yeah, that's why it's on here. But I also really like the song outside of that.
Is that song the one that is it on the new album
No,
or is it off?
Un, ve-
Verano Sin Ti.
mhm, Un verano sin ti.
Okay. Because I haven't gone back through the Bad Bunny discography. I only know like half of that album and then like all of the newest album, Debí tener más fotos.
Yeah.
And like I need to go back and at least listen to at least his like last three or four albums. I have listened to some of his work from his like first three albums and I didn't really like it, but it's almost like he was a different artist back then.
hmm
Like he wasn't fully evolved
I was gonna
as
say like
artistically. And
I only recently got into Bad Bunny's music. I tend to be very late on the scene with music, guys. So there is that. Like I only really got into his music last year, and I haven't even done like a full dive into all of it, to be honest.
Pero Un Coco is the one you would recommend.
I like Nkoko.
Period. As you should.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't listened to it, so I can't make any commentary, but I will add it to my songs to
We'll have
listen
to listen
to.
to each other's songs eventually.
We will. We should. Okay, for my next song, let's get romantic. I have one of my favorite. I'm a sucker for a good love song. Love is the most talked about thing in music, but not all of the
Yeah.
songs are about that. So this song is one of my favorite love songs. Um, it's called "Softly" by Sunday 1994. I actually saw them live and I saw them perform this live, and I actually have a bracelet that
That's cool.
says, "Oh, the less the merrier," which is a lyric from that song. And I got that. So the way I discovered this band was through a podcast on Substack called The Lizard Review, where the host talks about like music she likes, and she talked about them, and I was like, oh, I should listen to a song. And I listened to their EP, or like their album, um, and I really liked it. And that song stood out to me because it was so good. And anyway, I met her at the concert and she gifted me a bracelet.
That's pretty
And
cool.
it is really cool. Well, because she's a Swiftie. That's originally how I found her. And like Swifties do that, where they like make bracelets for the concerts they're going to or whatever.
Very
For like
K-pop.
Taylor Swift concerts, it is very like K-pop, like materialism culture, but that's a different conversation. Anyway, softly, it is a beautiful song. The lyrics are, to me, like a very good example of like songwriting that's done well but not too wordy, and also like using word choice to create like a world, if that makes sense. So that whole album really makes you feel like you're in a small town in the middle of nowhere, America. And there's something very queer about it too. I don't know, something very queer about their music. And they have songs about like hiding your love from the church because the people at church wouldn't understand and shit like that. And so it's just that song specifically to me stands out as like it's just such a bop. How can you I could listen to that song on repeat all day and I would not get bored. So
Ooh, it could be your number one.
it went number one in my house, let me tell you that much.
I've actually never heard of them or the song, so there's that. But you tend to have a more expansive like music
Yeah, I
preference or
love
something like
discovering
that. Yeah,
underground artists.
yeah.
It's like I don't know. It's like doing meth
You just
to me.
like anyone, just to like eventually for you to check out.
Yeah, I follow like 600 artists on Spotify. Half of them I haven't listened to yet, but they're there for when I get bored of the music I do have. I can go
Happens to
check it
me.
out.
I just shuffle. I'm like, I'll find something.
Well,
Yeah,
even shuffle is like on specifically on Spotify. It's not even like
that good.
that shuffle. Yeah, I feel like it
Yeah,
keeps some of
it's
it
gotten
has like a
worse.
preference. Exactly.
It's gotten worse. I tend to stick to the music I actually already know, or every once in a while a new song pops up and I'll like check it out. But my next song is actually Ophelia by the Lumineers, who are, I believe, based in Denver, Colorado, which is near me. Yeah. I just really like this song, to be honest.
When I saw that on your list, I was so astounded. I was like,
What?
"That's one of your favorite songs." I don't know. I like being very transparent. I associate the Lumineers with like crunchy white people, and when you
It's
were
like
like,
folk music.
it is like folk music, and I know
I
people who
think
like
it's
folk
has to
music,
do with the fact that like I tend to stick to pop a lot. Like whether it's like K-pop or even J-pop, just very like pop
and
or even rock.
this is
Like
your diversity pick.
this is my it's different. But I mean, I like another song of theirs, like Stubborn Love. I do like Oh Hey, that's the one I first heard. That's kind of the one that made them pop off or something like that.
Yeah, I
Years
know
ago,
that
I
one, and I
believe.
know
Yeah.
Ophelia
Yeah.
too.
I like the piano a lot. That's what I really like, to be honest.
I haven't heard it recently, so I don't know what it sounds like, but perhaps I should do a Lumineers deep dive to figure it out.
Do that if you want. I'm not doing that.
You're not. You're like I don't even care
I
that
don't do
much.
deep dives.
Well, going
That's
from
the
the
difference between you and I.
it is. I love delving deep and
Hmm.
expanding my horizons.
Yeah.
I'm just naturally very curious about
Maybe your next song could be
consuming
something a little different.
something a little different. Everything's a
Yeah.
little different. Um,
Mm.
we could do this one, which is also by a slightly more indie artist, although I feel like they're gaining popularity. The song is Watching TV by Magdalena
Mm.
Bang. I believe they are a duo based in Canada, maybe Vancouver or
Ooh.
Montreal. I don't quite know. And this song specifically, I wanted to pick a song off this album, which is Imaginal Disc. And originally I was going to pick Image because it was the first song because I listened to the whole album and I really was not loving it until I listened to Image and I was like, wait, there's something here. And then, but Image to me is like kind of too popular. So I wanted to go with something a little more underground, something a little
Different.
more a little blue in the hair for the Teen Vogue party,
Yeah.
and
Not as mainstream.
not as mainstream. And so watching TV, it's still synth. It's heavy on the synths. It's great. I love it. Lyrically, it is kind of low key nonsense, but the way the percussion builds to the end from the bridge to like the outro, it's beautiful. Like the distorted sort of guitar and vocals, everything just like sounds so it sounds like it shouldn't work, but it does. And I really appreciate music that's able to work despite the ingredients being kind of odd.
Mm.
So
I've actually checked them out because of you. You sent me an album to listen to, and I
it was
listened
that
to it,
one.
but
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And honestly, it was not for me. I believe the rest of the song or two that I liked, but not for me. Although to be honest, I wouldn't say I dislike it because I've noticed that like every once in a while I'll listen to a song and I'm like, I don't know that I like this. But then it could be literally months later, maybe more than a year. I'll listen to it again and I like it. Like
Yeah,
I like how it sounds.
you have to kind of listen to certain music while you're in certain headspaces
Yes.
specifically.
And this recently happened with End of Beginning by
Joe,
D Joe? Joe?
Joe,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, that recently happened with that song. I didn't really like it, I think, around when it came out or when it was really kind of rising in popularity. But I've been listening to it a lot lately and I like it.
Nice.
It happens with K pop too sometimes.
It happens to me as well. And Imaginal
Yeah.
Disc was an album that took me a while to digest because it was just so in like dense and interesting to me.
Yeah. I
But,
think a lot of it has to do with also the fact that I don't like being forced into listening to music
right.
or being told to check something out, which is very weird. But yeah, I think I like checking out music when I feel ready or when I'm like curious about it. Like, for example, Renaissance. I didn't listen to that until like maybe 6, 7 months later.
6, 7? Sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
5 year old.
well, that would make you friends with a 5-year-old. So,
No.
let's do one last one. Do you want to do one last one?
Yeah. My last one is going to be Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen.
Classic. It's a classic.
Hmm. Yeah. But I think I first heard it like as an adult, honestly. I don't think I ever heard it as a kid, but I really liked it a lot. And the name is funny just because I was not born in the USA and I'm not a US citizen. So,
But you identify with the
but I
song.
am American. Just kidding.
Period.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's what an American looks like.
But it's
um,
also not very like a, like born in the USA, like it's
it's
not
not
the like the
patriotic.
mainstream. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's like a war and like an anti-war song or something. Like it's like
Yeah.
very
It's
anti-government.
anti like Vietnam War, most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's my
like
last one.
Bruce Springsteen. I like Dancing in the Dark a lot.
Yes. I just recently like started listening to that one and I love it.
It's so good. I think that song also really speaks to like being young and kind of feeling lost in life. So,
Hmm. Yeah.
um, great. I have two to pick from for my last one. So tell me a number, one or two.
One or two. Let's see. Two.
Okay, so the last song I have is Empire Ants by Gorillaz. This song, there was a time in my life where I was really into, let's say, I'll just say it, fuck it. I used to smoke weed. Like, there was a time in my life where I used to do that a lot. And this album was presented to me for the first time through a little song called On Melancholy Hill,
It's a good song.
which my dad presented to me back in the year like 2018 or something.
Damn.
And I was like, "Oh, that's such a fire song." And so my freshman year, I'm like, you know, high on my laptop, being like, "I want to listen to music. What should I put?" And so I'm like, "Let me put on Melancholy Hill." And then I ended up playing the whole album, and I remember really liking it. And so then I listened to it sober, and this song was one of my favorites. I loved this song, and I still do. I think it's an amazing song. The first half is very dreamy, and Damon Albarn is singing it, and it's just very like straightforward, like dreamy synths, blah blah blah. And then the second half goes into this like almost disco-y like synth with these like stammering 808 drums, and like it's just very like I don't know. It's very to me it very much describes the state of like not being sober too, of like you start off kind of like what is going on, and then you end up in like a very happy space. And so like at least for me, and so it's just very associated with that aspect of my life. And it's also associated with the fact that like it was the first album where it's like my parents introduced me to a little bit of the album or like the artist, and then I expanded beyond what they had introduced me to. And so I don't know, I just really appreciate that.
Hmm. I'll have to check it out just because there are like three songs that I like by them.
Gorillaz is a good band. They haven't been making a whole lot of great music lately. I think they kind of peaked with Plastic Beach, but um, they have a good handful of songs that I like, and so
Hmm. Yeah.
very well.
Thank you so much for listening to our first episode. We hope you learn more about who we are, and we look forward to sharing more about ourselves and having conversations about popular culture. So anything that you may be interested in, share with us. Please check out some of our songs that we listed. Share some of yours. Share about why they're your favorites.
Thank you so much for listening.
Like and leave any
Yes.
comments. Yeah.
Period. And
We hope to see you
oh yeah,
next time.
we we hope to see you next time. Period.
Bye.
Bye.